In this lesson, you will place lighting fixtures in the drawing using the color fill plan and the space analysis schedule as an aid in lighting placement to satisfy required lighting levels. Click the menu browser and select Open. And from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elect Design 01. Let's modify the color fill plan. Select the color legend as shown and click Edit Scheme. In the Edit Color Scheme dialog, under Schemes, for the category of spaces, select Average Estimated Illumination, and under Scheme Definition, select the color for less than 20. And in the Color dialog, under Basic Colors, select Orange and click OK. Then click OK again. Clear the selection, and in the project browser, under Schedules Quantities, double-click Space Lighting Analysis. Then, again in the project browser, under Lighting Design, expand Ceiling Plans, and double-click Level 2 Lighting Ceiling Plan. Then, click the View tab, and from the Windows panel, click Tile Windows. Then, click the Level 2 Color Fill Lighting Plan to make it active, and then click the Space Lighting Analysis view to make it active. Then, click the View tab, and click Tile Windows again. It is good to note here that the order of the tiled windows is determined by the order in which the windows were activated. Windows are arranged in a counterclockwise order, with the last activated window appearing in the upper left corner. Next, we'll add fixtures. Click the Level 2 Lighting Ceiling Plan to make it active, and zoom to Space Library 219. Click the Home tab, and from the Electrical panel, click Lighting Fixture. Then, click the Change Element Type drop-down and select 2x2 2-lamp 277V. From the Placement panel, click Place on Face, then place the fixture as shown. Then, press Escape to end the command. In the Space Lighting Analysis view, scroll down to Space Library 219 to see the update. Back in the ceiling plan, select the light fixture, and from the Modify panel, click Copy. On the Options bar, select Multiple, then place 2 more copies of the fixture as shown. Then press Escape to end the command and select the 3 fixtures. Then click Copy, then place 6 additional copies of the fixtures as shown. When finished, end the command and activate the schedule window, and notice the value in red for the library space. Next, we'll modify multiple fixture instances. In the ceiling plan, select the vertical center group of light fixtures. Then, click the Change Element Type drop-down and select 2x4 2-lamp 277V. Note the changes in the schedule and in the color fill for that space. Then, select the same group of lights again, and make sure that with the Filter tool, only light fixtures are selected, and change the type to 2x4 3-lamp 277V. Now, the lighting data is satisfied, and the lighting delta value is not highlighted in red anymore. Now click the Modify tab, and from the Edit panel, click Align, and on the options bar, select Multiple Alignment, and in the drawing area, click the ceiling grid line shown. Then click the left edge of the first fixture. Then continue to align the remaining fixtures. Then press Escape to end the command, and close the file without saving any changes, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will modify the IES data of the light fixtures with the goal of maximizing the lighting output using the fewest number of fixtures. Click the menu browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 02. Let's create a new lighting fixture type. First, we'll open some views and tile windows. Open the view Level 2 Lighting Color Fill. Then open the view Level 2 Lighting Plan, and then under Schedules, open the view Space Lighting Analysis. Then tile those three views as shown here. Then in the Space Lighting Analysis Schedule view, scroll down to view Space Library 219. Notice that the value for the average estimated illumination for that space is 46 FC. In the Level 2 Lighting Plan view, zoom in to Space Library 219 and select the lighting fixture shown. Then click the Element Properties drop-down and select Instance Properties, and in the Instance Properties dialog, click Edit Type. In the Type Properties dialog, click Duplicate, and in the Name dialog, type 2x4 3 lamp T5 underscore HO underscore 54W 277V and click OK. Under Electrical Loads, for Apparent Load, enter 162. Under Identity Data, for Type Mark, enter F15. Under Electrical, for Lamp, select T5HO. And under Photometrics, click the value for Light Loss Factor. In the Light Loss Factor dialog, for Ballast Loss Factor, enter 0.93. And for Luminaire Dirt Depreciation, enter 0.85. Then click OK. Then click in the Photometric Web File Value box and select Browse. And in the Select File dialog, select the file 463 T5_S and click Open. Then click the value for Initial Intensity, and in the Initial Intensity dialog, select Luminous Flux and specify 15,000 and click OK. Then click the value for Initial Color, and in the Initial Color dialog, for Color Preset, select Xenon and click OK to close all dialog boxes. Then press Escape to clear the selection. Then select the other fixtures in the center column and change their type to the new type. Then clear the selection and select the 3 light fixtures shown using the Control key and delete them. Then click the Modify tab and from the Clipboard panel, click Match Type and select the top center fixture, and then click the other fixtures shown to apply the fixture type. Then click Modify and select the 2 fixtures shown using the Control key and delete them. The lighting delta is now updated to 0. Close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will add switches for the lighting switches and the receptacles in your project. The procedure for placing switches and receptacles is the same as for placing any hosted components in Revit MEP. Click the menu browser and select Open. And from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 03. Let's place lighting switches. Zoom in to Space Computer Lab 222 as shown. Then, on the Home tab, from the Electrical panel, click the Device drop-down and select Lighting. Note the current type and place the switch on the interior wall as shown. Place a second switch of the same type on the other side of the wall as shown. Then press Escape to end the command. And next, we'll place junction boxes. From the Device drop-down, select Electrical Fixture. Then click Load Family, and from the Imperial Library Electrical Components Power Devices folder, double-click Junction Boxes No Load. Note the current type and place the junction box in the space as shown. Then click Modify and select the junction box, and from the Element Properties drop-down, select Instance Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog under Constraints, for Offset, type 9 feet, and under Identity Data for Mark, enter JB-1NL. Under Electrical, note that number of poles is set to 1, and click Edit Type, and in the Type Properties dialog, note that Apparent Load is set to 0. Click OK twice and clear the selection. Next, we'll place wall-hosted receptacles. In the project browser, expand Power Design, then expand Floor Plans, and double-click Level 2 Power Plan View. Then click the View tab, and from the Windows panel, click Close Hidden to close other views that may be open. Then, in the drawing area, zoom to Space Library 219 and click the Analyze tab and click System Browser. In the System Browser, right-click a column heading and move to View and select Electrical. Then, for any column, right-click and click Column Settings. In the Column Settings dialog, click Check None, and then expand General and select Size, Space Name, Space Number, and Number of Elements, and then expand Electrical and select Load, Distribution System and Voltage and click OK. Then in the System browser, expand Unassigned and scroll down to the space Library 219. Click the Home tab, and from the Electrical panel, click the Device drop-down and select Electrical Fixture. Then click the Change Element Type drop-down and select Duplex Receptacle Standard and place 2 receptacles in the space as shown. Then scroll down in the System browser to see the added receptacles. Then close the System browser, and next we'll reposition the receptacle. Select the receptacle on the right and position the cursor on the Move Witness Line grip as shown, and drag the grip to move the witness line to the receptacle on the left as shown. Then select the dimension and enter 12. Then press Escape, and next we'll place additional receptacles. Click the Device drop-down and select Electrical Fixture and place a 3rd receptacle as shown. Then click Modify and select the receptacle, and from the Modify panel click Copy, and on the Options bar select Multiple and click the midpoint of the receptacle and move the cursor down along the wall and enter 12. Then place another copy 12 feet down. Then press Escape to end the command. Next, we'll place floor-hosted receptacles. From the Device drop-down, select Electrical Fixture and click the Change Element Type drop-down and select Duplex Receptacle Standard. And from the Placement panel, click Place on Face and place 3 floor receptacles as shown. Then close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will add the electrical equipment for the distribution systems in your plan. You will also become more familiar with the wiring settings. Then you'll create lighting circuitry and add wiring as the circuits are created. Adding wiring to a project is optional. Click the menu browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 04. Let's add panel boards. Zoom in to the space Electrical 220, and from the Electrical panel, click Electrical Equipment. Then click the Change Element Type drop-down, and from under 208V MCB Lighting and Appliance Panel Board Surface, select 100A. Then, with Place on Vertical Face active, place the panel board as shown. Then click Modify and select the panel board, and on the Options bar for Distribution System, select 120/208. Then from the Element Properties drop-down, click Instance Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical Loads, for max pole breakers, enter 20, and for panel name, enter PP-2B. Then click OK and press Escape to clear the selection. Then place another panel board of the same type as shown. Then select that panel board and change its type to 480V MCB Lighting and Appliance Panel Board Surface 100A. Then for distribution system, select 480 over 277 and go to its instance properties and change the number 12 to 20. And for panel name, type LP-2B. Then click OK and press Escape to clear the selection. Next, we'll add a circuit with wire. In the project browser, expand Lighting, and under Floor Plans, open the view Level 2 Lighting Plan. Then zoom to Space Instruction 221 and select all the fixtures and switches in that space. Then click Filter, and in the Filter dialog, click Check None, and then select Lighting Devices and Lighting Fixtures and click OK. Then from the Create Systems panel, click Power. Then from the System Tools panel, click Select Panel and select Lighting Panel LP-2B. Then from the Convert to Wire panel, click Arc and press Escape to end the command. Next, we'll add a switch. From the Electrical panel, click the Device drop-down and select Lighting. Then click the Change Element Type drop-down and from under Lighting Switches, select 3-way. Then place the switch in the drawing area as shown. Then press Escape and select the switch on the right and change it to a 3-way type. Then select the left 3-way switch, right-click the connector and click Add to Circuit and click the top left light fixture to add to the circuit. From the Convert to Wire panel, click Arc and press Escape to end the command. Then select all the items in the space and click Filter and check None and select Wires and click OK. Then from the Element Properties drop-down, select Instance Properties and in the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical Loads, for Hot Conductors, enter 2 and click OK. Note that the tick marks are updated to show 4. Close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will create circuits without wire. Click the menu browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 05. Zoom in to Space Computer Lab 222 as shown, and select the lighting fixture at the upper left of the space. Then right-click the connector and click Create Power Circuit. Then click the Electrical Circuits tab, and from the System Tools panel, click Edit Circuit. Then, with the Add to Circuit tool active, select the lighting fixture at the upper right and the lighting sensor. Then, back on the Edit Circuit panel, click the Select Panel tool and select panel LP2B in space Electrical 220. Then click Finish Editing Circuit. Next, we'll check circuits. Click the Analyze tab and then click System Browser. Move the System Browser to the bottom of the screen for easier viewing, and right-click in the Systems heading and select View Systems and View Electrical. Then right-click the Systems heading again and click Column Settings. In the Column Settings dialog, expand Electrical and select Rating and Voltage Drop and click OK. Then in the System Browser, expand Power and then scroll down and expand LP-2B. Then expand Circuit 1 and note the circuit in space Instruction 221. Then expand Circuit 2 and note the devices. Let's add additional devices to the circuit. In the drawing area, select the Junction box in Computer Lab 222 and click Element Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical, change the voltage to 277V and click OK. With the Junction box still selected, right-click the connector and click Add to Circuit. Then click one of the adjacent fixtures. Then, in the System Browser, scroll back down to Circuit 2 and note the addition of the Junction box. Next, we'll view circuit information. Select one of the fixtures and then click the Electrical Circuits tab, and from the System Tools panel, click Edit Circuit. Then, with the Add to Circuit tool active, select the remaining 4 lighting fixtures and the other occupancy sensor in the Computer Lab space. Then, click Finish Editing Circuit. Move the cursor over one of the fixtures and press Tab 3 times to view the circuit. Then, close the System Browser. And next, we will add tags to fixtures. And next, we will add tags to fixtures. Click the Annotate tab, and from the Tag panel, click Tag by Category. On the Options bar, clear Leader and click Tags, and in the Tags dialog, for lighting fixtures, select Lighting Fixture Tag Standard and click OK. Then click each of the 6 lighting fixtures. Then press Escape to end the command and select the upper left fixture and click Element Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog, click Edit Type, and in the Type Properties dialog, under Identity Data for Type Mark, type FR4. Then click OK twice. Notice that all 6 lighting fixtures tags are updated, and press Escape to clear the selection. Next, we'll edit tags. Select one of the tags and click Edit Family. In the Revit dialog, click Yes to open it. Then select the label name and click Edit Label. In the Edit Label dialog, note the label parameters and click OK. Then, from the Create panel, click Create Similar, and in the Alignment panel, under Horizontal, with Center selected, under Vertical, click Top. Then, click below the label name. In the Edit Label dialog, under Category Parameters, select Circuit Number and click Add Parameter to Label. Then select Switch ID. and click Add Parameter to Label. Then select Wrap Between Parameters Only. Then select Circuit Number, and for suffix enter a comma and click OK. Then click Modify and zoom to fit. Then select the new label and drag the handle on the right side to the left to resize it. Then click the menu browser and select Save As, then click Family. In the Save As dialog, select a convenient location, and for name, enter Lighting Fixture Circuit Switch ID tag and click Save. Then click Load into Project. Then click one of the light fixtures and notice the tag gets updated. Press Escape to end the command, and next we'll modify all the tags in this space. Make a selection window as shown. Then click Filter, and in the Filter dialog click Check None, and then select Lighting Fixture Tags and click OK. Click the Change Element Type drop-down and select the new tag. Next, we'll add tags to the remaining fixtures. Click the Annotate tab, and from the Tag panel, click Tag All. In the Tag All Not Tagged dialog, under Loaded Tags, select Lighting Fixture Circuit Switch ID Standard and click OK. Then zoom out to see the tagged fixtures and close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will learn how to create a switch system. Click the menu browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elect Design 06. Zoom in to Space Computer Lab 222 and select the lighting fixture at the upper left of the space. Then, from the Create Systems panel, click Switch. Then, from the System Tools panel, click Edit Switch System. Then, with the Add to System tool active, select the lighting fixture at the upper right of the space. Then, from the Edit Switch System panel, click Select Switch and select the occupancy sensor. Then, click Finish Editing System. Then, highlight the fixture and press Tab 4 times to see the switch system. Then, select the occupancy sensor and click Element Properties, and in the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical Lighting, for Switch ID, enter A and click OK. When you do, notice that the lighting fixture tags for the two fixtures are updated with the switch ID. Press Escape to deselect the occupancy sensor and select one of the lighting fixtures below the wall. Then, from the Create Systems panel, click Switch, and then from the System Tools panel, click Edit Switch System, and with the Add to System tool active, select the remaining 3 lighting fixtures. Then, from the Edit Switch System panel, click Select Switch, and select the occupancy sensor on the bottom side of the wall. Then, select Switch Properties, and in the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical Lighting, for Switch ID, enter B and click OK. Then click Finish Editing System. Notice that the lighting fixture tags for the 4 fixtures below the wall are now updated with the switch ID as well. Close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will learn methods for creating power circuits or circuit groups. Click the menu browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 07. Zoom in to space Instruction 221 and draw a selection box to select all the components in the space. Then click Filter and check None, and select Electrical Fixtures and click OK. Then from the Create Systems panel, click Power, and from the System Tools panel, click Select Panel. Then select the PP2B panel in space Electrical 220. From the Convert to Wire panel, click Arc and press Escape to deselect the wires. Then right-click the wire for the home run to the panel and click Element Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog, under Electrical Loads, for hot conductors, type 2 and click OK. Then press Escape to deselect the wire. Notice that the 3 tick marks changed to 4 tick marks. Select the wire again, and in the drawing area, click the minus symbol to delete a tick mark. Then click the Insert tab, and from the Load from Library panel, click Load Family. Then from the Imperial Library Electrical Components Tick Marks folder, double-click Hook Wire Tick Mark. Then click the Manage tab, and from the Project Settings panel, click the MEP Settings drop-down and select Electrical Settings. In the Electrical Settings dialog, select Wiring, and for Ground Wire Tick Mark, select Hook Wire Tick Mark, and for Neutral Wire Tick Mark, select Long Wire Tick Mark and click OK. Notice the update, and next we'll combine multiple home runs into a multi-circuit home run. Highlight one of the receptacles in space Computer Lab 222 and press Tab to display a preview of the circuit wiring, and click to select the circuit. Then from the System Tools panel, click Select Panel, and in space Electrical 220, select the PP2B panel. Then from the Convert to Wire panel, click Arc and press Escape to deselect the wires. Select the home run from space Computer Lab 222, and then while holding the Control key, select the wire between the first and second receptacle in Instruction 221 as shown, and click Delete. Then click the Home tab, and from the Electrical panel, click the Wire drop-down and select Arc. Then add the wire as shown. Then add another wire between the connector on the last receptacle in 221 and the connector on the nearest receptacle in 222 as shown. Notice now that there are 4 tick marks on the home run and the wiring for space 221, and a double arrowhead to indicate the multi-circuit home run. Next, using the methods you've learned so far, add wiring to space electrical 220 and then connect its wiring to a receptacle in space instruction 221, and then notice the triple arrowhead for the home run. When finished, close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will begin by balancing the loads at the level 1 and level 2 panels. Then you will examine the loads presented at the panels to set your final breaker sizes. And finally, you will verify and adjust wire sizes that Revit MEP recommends for handling the loads on those circuits. Click the menu browser and select Open. And from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 08. First, let's balance circuit loads. Verify that Level 2 power plant is open, and zoom in to space electrical 220. Then select the panel LP2B, and from the electrical panel, click Circuits. In the Edit Circuits dialog, notice that the loads on phase A, B, and C shows an imbalance. Click Rebalance Loads, and notice now that the loads are more evenly distributed over the 3 phases, and click OK. Next, let's verify and adjust wire sizes. With panel LP2B still selected, click the Electrical Circuits tab, and from the System Tools panel, click Circuit Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog for the circuit, under Electrical Loads, scroll down and note the current value for wire size, and then scroll back up, and for rating, enter 30. When you do, Revit MEP will automatically calculate wire sizes based on circuit rating. Scroll down and note the value of the wire size parameter. Then click OK. Press Escape to clear the selection, and next we'll adjust circuit breaker sizes. Select panel PP2B, and then click the Electrical Circuits tab, and from the System Tools panel, click Edit Circuit. Then from the Edit Circuit panel, click Remove from Circuit, and select panel PP2B, and click Finish Editing Circuit. Then close the warning that indicates that the power system is empty and will be deleted. Then select panel PP2B, and from the Create Systems panel, click Power. A warning indicates that the total connected load exceeds 80% of the defined value of 20A for the circuit you are creating. Close the warning dialog, and from the Element panel, click Element Properties. In the Instance Properties dialog for the circuit, under Electrical Loads, for Rating, enter 25 and click OK. On the Warning dialog, click OK, and then click Element Properties again. Then change the rating to 30 and click OK. The circuit breaker size for panel PP2B is now sized to handle the connected load. With the panel PP2B still selected, from the System Tools panel, click Edit Circuit. Then click Select Equipment and select the transformer TP2B. Panel PP2B is now reconnected to transformer TP2B. Click Finish Editing System and close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will create a panel schedule report for panel board MDP1. Click the menu Browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 09. Let's create the panel schedule report. Verify that the Level 1 power plan is open, and click the Analyze tab, and from the Reports and Schedules panel, click Panel Schedule. In the Select Panels dialog, click Clear Selection, and then select PP2B, and click OK. When you do, the panel schedule report appears in a new window. Note that if a panel schedule has already been created for a panel, the panel will not appear in the Select Panels dialog. Close the report. Then, in the Project Browser, expand Sheets and open E601 Panel Schedules. Then, expand Reports and Panel Schedule and drag PP2B onto the sheet. Then, click Element Properties, and in the Instance Properties dialog, for Appearance, click Edit. When you do, the Panel Report Appearance dialog displays. This dialog allows you to control how the panel schedule report displays when it is included on a sheet. Under Header Text, for Font Size, enter 1/8 of an inch, and then select Italic, and under Body Text, for Font Size, enter 3/32 of an inch, and click OK. Back in the Instance Properties dialog, click OK. Then clear the selection and zoom in and take a look at the changes. And close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the System Browser to examine the circuitry that you created previously. You will also learn to use the Check Circuits tool to verify that all of the circuits in your plan are connected. Click the menu Browser and select Open. And from the Training Files Imperial Electrical Systems folder, open the file RME Elec Design 10. Let's view unassigned components. Click the Analyze tab, and then click System Browser. In the System Browser, right-click a column heading and select Auto Fit All Columns to resize the columns in the System Browser. Then expand Unassigned and note the receptacle in space Lounge 212. Expand Power, then expand PP2C, Circuit 2. There are 4 devices connected to Circuit 2, each with a load of 180 VA. In the drawing area, select space Lounge 212. Then zoom in and move the cursor over the receptacle on the bottom wall and press Tab once. Notice that the receptacle on the right side wall is not connected to Circuit 2. Click to select the circuit, and from the System Tools panel, click Edit Circuit. Then select the receptacle on the right side wall, and then click Finish Editing Circuit. In the System browser, notice now that under PP2C, Circuit 2 is updated. Next, let's check circuits. From the Analyze tab, on the Check Systems panel, click Check Circuits. In the warning window that is displayed, indicating an unconnected power connector, click Expand Warning Dialog to view the details of the warning. Then expand the warning category for Circuit is not assigned to a panel. Then expand Warning to, and notice that panel LP2C is not connected. Close the warning dialog, and in the drawing area, zoom to space Electrical 214. Then select panel LP2C and click the Electrical Circuits tab, and from the System Tools panel, click Select Panel. On the Options bar for Panel, select MDP1. Then go back to the Electrical Circuits tab and click Edit Circuit. Then click Finish Editing Circuit. Panel LP2C is now connected to the main distribution panel, MDP1. Close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson.